Well, we're here today talking about encouragement today. We believe that a lot of people have become disillusioned over the last while, and that's manifesting in a few different ways. People are withdrawing into a protective, defensive position. But what we're talking about today is there's plenty of reasons to continue to push forward with this, because we're actually in a much better position than people think.
Absolutely. We've achieved so much through the last year, and really what has transpired is that we have managed to convince each other of all the lies that have been told, but we have failed to convince the general public of any of the lies. So we haven't built it in the consciousness of the general public, and I believe that is because we're overreaching. We only overreach when we overestimate our support. We only overreach when we overestimate who we are communicating to. When we're on the internet talking, we're not talking to everybody. We're only talking to the audience that we encounter all the time. But the vast majority of the general public are not in that audience.
And it's a good thing that we have now a quiet period, a period where people can back off a bit. But remember that this is a very important time to build. The pressure is off, and this is the time now where we all need to be building. We need to be working, developing a platform for ourselves, developing networks for ourselves, developing all kinds of media and legal initiatives, because in a couple of years' time we've got a great platform to communicate our message to the public. The elections, and even though the whole thing is rigged, it's still a great opportunity to reach out and get out of our bubble and penetrate the public.
I guess the online platform is so harsh. You know, we're so hard on each other that we imagine when we go out in the street that people talk to each other the way that they do online, the way they argue with each other online. But that's not my experience. I've been out recently with this form. It's a pamphlet from the Pfizer report from the phase 1, and the reception is tremendous. Yes, there are people who are difficult, but they're not that difficult. It's not as adversarial as it is online. It's actually much more pleasant, and the difference I can make in 1, 2 or 5 people's lives in that day, the few hours I'm out there in the day, it's tremendous, the reward I feel from it. And I don't just meet the people who support my position, I meet the people who are coerced into taking this vaccine and regret it, and I get to empower them. And it's tremendous. And I even do get through to some of our traditional naysayers. They come over and they talk to me respectfully, and they wouldn't do that online. So there are loads of things we can be doing. I'm going to publish this document so you yourself can print it on your black and white printer and go out and use it on the street. It's an amazing experience talking to people.
And a lot of people have been a little bit shocked by what we've been through, and that's our right response to the kind of coercion we've just been through. But it's very important for us now to get active, take the offensive, not to be hunkering down into groups. Look, Dara and myself were the first people to start the Rosary rallies in Galway, in Knocknacara and up in Ballybrit. There is a place for spirituality, but there is also a place for getting out, meeting the public, explaining things to them in real terms. There is a place for prepping for the disasters that we may encounter, but there is also a place for getting out and meeting people, and it's the same thing, speaking to them in real terms, because the next 5 years the public mood is going to swing behind us, and it is very important that we identify our message in the minds of the people now. That we are the people who are saying these things, and we are, because come 2 years' time everybody is going to be jumping on the bandwagon. But unless we identify our message with ordinary everyday people in the public at a local level, we are not going to be able to say I told you so. We're not going to be able to get our narrative out to the people in 2 years' time, and we're not going to be credible in a way that people who have been working on the ground can be. So when all the political parties jump on the bandwagon, like Jacinta Ardern went out in New Zealand and said, oh jeepers, I know I locked down everybody, but I didn't really want to. They'll all be doing that. but we need to hold them to account, and we can only hold them to account by doing the work now and talking the talk now.
You've put the effort in, you've done the suffering, you took the pain, you travelled all over the country under lockdown with the Gardaí chasing you. Don't retreat now. Stay focused, stay on the prize. You can do it. It's amazing out here. The people are really waking up. The people are really supportive. And come out and get that gratitude you deserve for your struggle the last 2 years. Come out and get that from the public. They're there and they're willing to give it to you.